Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are back from the international break, a little 16-day break from live commentaries, but we have returned to Premier League action. We're on game week 9 already. It is going to be Manchester United versus West Brom. Just come back from a 2-0 win for Spurs against Manchester City just in the 5:30 kickoff. So this does give a chance for United to win and to leapfrog Manchester City in the table, which is always what United fans want. It should be a very entertaining game. We've got West Brom struggling for points and goals. Only the 3 points, which includes 3 draws, no wins as of yet, and only the 6 scored. That is double the amount United have scored already this season. Can West Brom return to Old Trafford and get the 3 points like they did in the last trip here? It was a 1-0 win at Old Trafford when it was the game that they won to give Manchester City the league title back in 2017-2018 league season. And Jay Rodriguez was the one who scored. United not won yet at Old Trafford in the league. Their only home win has come against RB Leipzig in a 3-0 and a 5-0 victory at Old Trafford. Can they maybe replicate some of that goal scoring form and score a few against West Brom? We'll have to see. We'll have to find out. Kickoff's just in about 8 minutes' time. And can we see maybe a bit of an upset, or will it be what should be a standard 3 points for Manchester United? Let's have a look. Let's find out. I'll go through the lineups in a couple of minutes. So there's the lineups. Yeah, it's interesting. I think only till now people will actually start to look at Manchester City and go, well, they're not really doing the greatest. 10th currently, but there's a lot of people to play their games this weekend. I know City still have a game in hand because they didn't play the first game week. But it's not looking great for Manchester City, and United could leapfrog them if they get the 3 points today. And they would have played the same amount of games as City because it was United and City who missed the first game of the season. So it'd be interesting to see how that shapes up maybe come Christmas time and when a few more games have been played, it gets that compact area of the season. Commentary on Thursday as well, hopefully, of Rangers versus Benfica. We did Benfica versus Rangers when it was 3-3 a couple of weeks ago. That was the last commentary we did, actually 16 days ago, or 17 now. So yeah, we'll have the reverse fixture live on Thursday. I think it's 8 o'clock, I'm pretty sure, so make sure you're here for that. I'll go through the lineups actually now for the game. Let's see who's playing for each team. We'll start with Manchester United. They start with David De Gea in goal for the Reds. 320 Premier League appearances so far at his 9-year stay at the club. Can he make it 146 clean sheets today? We'll have to find out. Aaron Wan-Bissaka will play at right back. He'll be fresh, no international football for him as he looks to switch his nationality from English to Congo. Will that happen? We'll have to see. Well, I think England are okay for right backs, even if he does decide to change nationality. Trent, Walker, Lamptey, not Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, the Walker, Lamptey, Reece James as well. So interesting to see if he changes that nationality. Lindelof will play at right centre back despite coming off with an injury against France in the 66th minute. He will be okay to start tonight. Harry Maguire, the captain, is alongside him with a recovering Alex Telles from coronavirus to get his first Premier League minutes in a Manchester United shirt. Was on the bench against Newcastle but has not appeared yet until today, so we'll be interested to see how he does at left back. 2 holding midfielders of Fred, number 17, and Nemanja Matic, 31. No Scott McTominay, he will be on the bench, and also Solskjaer has said it's because of his travelling that is meant he has granted himself a rest for today's game because Scotland were on quite the journey during their international break, going to the likes of Israel away and Serbia, so not much rest for McTominay, so he's on the bench. Right wing will be Juan Mata, very experienced Juan Mata. 3 Premier League appearances, 3 starts, 1 assist against Newcastle. Can he maybe make a few more assists tonight? Bruno Fernandes, the usual central attacking midfielder for Manchester United. Already the 5 goals and the 3 assists so far this season. Can he add to that? Did score 2 against Everton in the last game before the international break, and Marcus Rashford will also play on the left wing as well, playing all minutes so far in the Premier League. And Martial, who also got injured in international break for France, he was a doubt for this game, but he is okay and he is ready to lead the line for Manchester United. Still looking for his first Premier League goal. Can he get it today? We'll have to find out. The bench is for Manchester United: Edison Cavani, Daniel James, who scored a cracker for Wales, Dean Henderson, Brandon Williams, Donny van de Beek, Axel Tuanzebe, and Scott McTominay makes up the United bench. For West Brom, they've got Sam Johnston in net. He was at Manchester United for 7 years, not really breaking into the senior team, but he has got now a settled home at West Brom. Right to wing back is Daniel Furlong. He's making his 8th league appearance, played all the games so far. Semi Ajayi will play at centre back with Kyle Bartley, the captain, and Branislav Ivanovic, who's making his 19th appearance against Manchester United. He plays on that back 5 with Connor Townsend at left back. Kieran Gibbs out of the squad today due to coronavirus. Right wing is Pereira, who's been brought back in. He was dropped against Tottenham as he has shown lack of discipline against Fulham. When he was substituted, he walked straight off, and Bilic dropped him for that game due to that, but he's back in the team today. The central midfielders is going to be Romain Sawyers and Conor Gallagher as well. No Jake Livermore, he's also one of the ones who contracted coronavirus during the international break, so he's also out, the captain for today's game. Left wing Grady Diangana, he also was dropped against Tottenham Hotspur. Kind of changed up the system to the 5-3-2 where they play 2 strikers, but they're back to the 5-4-1 with 2 wingers, and up front is Karlan Grant as well. He leads the line. Callum Robinson not quite fit enough to start. He will be on the bench though, alongside Robson, Carnu, Matt Phillips, Raheem Harper, Filip Krovinovic, David Button, the backup keeper, and Dara O'Shea, the young Irish centre back. They're the teams. The kickoff is literally under 2 minutes away, and can Manchester United scrape a 3 points? Will they get it convincingly, or will they be shocked? Will West Brom pounce on United's poor home form to start off the season? We'll have to find out. Any score predictions in chat, let me know before kick-off, or during kick-off, I'm not too bothered. And yeah, can we maybe see a bit of an upset? It'll be interesting. I mean, West Brom haven't won yet this season, so that's not the greatest of starts for them. And they did kind of rebound into some good form against Tottenham. I know they lost in the 88th minute to a Harry Kane goal, but it was definitely a step in the right direction, that game, for West Brom, coming very, very close to a 4th draw of the season. Will they get a 4th draw today? We'll have to find out. It's a 5-4-1 against the lower positioned teams. They have been going for a 4-1-4-1, so a little bit more positive, but when it does come to playing the big teams like the Chelseas, the Tottenhams, they've already played, they have settled for a 5 at the back. So today they're going to go for the same. A swap event for both teams, as it will be West Brom kicking left to right and Manchester United right to left. Alex Telles starts our left back, first Premier League appearance for him. So we'll get the starter, we'll get the timer started. There we go. About to start kick-off any second now. United will kick off. Waiting for the referee's whistle. Yeah, it will be Bruno Fernandes to kick off for Manchester United when the whistle is blown. A nice Premier League ball for the winter now, the yellow ball. It was great last year as well. As the ref has blown his whistle, both sets of players and staff take the knee for the Black Lives Matter, which is still going in the Premier League, which is great to see. The whistle has been blown once again. Bruno Fernandes kicks off, plays it into Victor Lindelof, takes a touch out his feet, sends it long down the left-hand side, looking for Rashford. Header won by Ajayi, kept up by Matic, brought down by Pereira, tries to release Fred with a big interception. Falls to Conor Gallagher in the end, who can find Darnell Furlong, who clears it down the line. Held up by Carlon Grant. Has been dispossessed though by Alex Telles, who then uses Harry Maguire, and it's now worked to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and the game is now well underway. I will just change the time colour. Sorry about that. There we go. And we are underway with Lindelof for Manchester United. Gives it to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, number 29 for Manchester United. Back to Victor Lindelof, who did feature in all of Sweden's 3 international games during the international break. As he comes forward down the right hand side inside the West Brom half, finds Martial, skips past Sawyers and away from Conor Gallagher and away from Townsend. A great run from Martial, brought down by Bartley on the right hand side, and he's got a free kick here, Martial, in a very dangerous area. It's a great bit of skill and a great bit of dribbling from Martial. Took out about 4 West Brom players and winning the foul on Kyle Bartley, the captain, as well. On this right hand side on the angle, maybe a right foot or a left footer, no matter who takes it, which foot, it's going to be a dangerous area. They've got an in-swinger of Mata and out-swinger of Bruno Fernandes. Martial won the free kick. Can he maybe score from it? Hasn't scored yet this season in the first 4 league games he's played. Maguire's in there at the back post as well. And crossed in by Mata. Flicked on by Martial. Great save by Johnston. And will be followed and cleared off Alex Telles, and West Brom will have the throw. Nearly was the first goal for Martial on his 150th Premier League appearance. Got the flick on at the front post. Great save from Johnston. And was able to be worked away by Furlong, who cleared it off Telles for the West Brom throw-in. It'll be, I think, a goal kick that's been worked out. Sometimes with the cameras, they show you replays and then you don't actually see what goes on the pitch, and then randomly, like, a goal kick's happened. Like, I don't know how that's happened. They were showing replays, but Sam Johnston with the goal kick towards that right hand side, header won by Matic towards Rashford. Comes off Ajayi last. Oh no, it doesn't. Comes off Rashford last, and it will be a West Brom throw-in. Nemanja Matic jockeying Pereira away, as that's going to be the main man for West Brom. Pereira is back in the lineup. He's got 20 championship assists last year. It just shows how important he is in this West Brom side. It'll be Furlong to throw it down the line. Header won by Telles, straight out for another West Brom throw. Did suffer from COVID-19, Telles, but he's back in for the injured Luke Shaw, as the throw's been given to Grady Diangana. Tried to force it back to Darnell Furlong, couldn't keep it in on the pitch, and it'll be Manchester United throw. But a good positive start from Sam Johnston with that save. Was a Manchester United player from 2011 to 2018 before finding a settled home at West Brom. Worked to Martial, worked off the ball. Sawyers gives it away for West Brom, and Telles can force it over to Wan-Bissaka. Looks to go down the line towards Bruno Fernandes, feeds through the gap, but Kyle Bartley gets there first and finds the goalkeeper Sam Johnston. First time clearance again down that left hand side, can't quite find Connor Townsend, and it will be a throw-in for Manchester United. 2-1 West Brom. That will be quite the shock. They do like a win, West Brom, in recent times at Manchester United, as Wan-Bissaka finds Lindelof. Clear down the line out for a throw. They won the last time they were here, West Brom. 1-0 Rodriguez, which gave City the Premier League title at the time. And then drew 0-0 before that, back in 2017. It was a 7th 0-0 in the fixture, and this is their 134th meeting, as Townsend throws it into Diangana, chests it to Gallagher. Pereira, Sawyers, nicely worked out the compact area on the left hand side, and Ajayi will play it to number 2 Furlong, and he goes down the line. I think Diangana knows he's going to be offside, and he is, and will be a free kick for Manchester United, which will be taken, I think, by Harry Maguire. He's over it anyway. Yeah, he will take it. It's now Victor Lindelof just inside the United 18-yard box. Now Nemanja Matic. Now Maguire plays a passing towards Fernandes, gets a few kicks there by Diangana and Pereira, and they win the free kick there. Bruno Fernandes in Manchester United. Just 5 minutes in, it's still 0-0. Harry Maguire, lovely ball out wide left to Marcus Rashford. Brings it down, it trickles down the line towards the corner flag, keeps it in. Goes inside to Fernandes. Now Rashford again. Here's number 27, Alex Telles. Now Matic, Rashford a little bit of space and feeds Telles down the line, who holds it up against Furlong. Good strong tackle by the right back, and it'll be a United throw-in. Alex Telles, new signing from Porto, actually had a loan spell at Inter Milan in 2015-16 now, and then went to Porto where he's there for 4 years. Yeah, they've lost the ball here to West Brom, and West Brom win the free kick on Nemanja Matic, as I think Karlan Grant went to the ground. Karlan Grant winning the free kick there. Already made 4 Premier League appearances, only the 1 goal so far. That was against Brighton away in the 1-1 draw. Signed from Huddersfield. Here's Kyle Bartley. Gets it to Connor Townsend. He's been playing since Kieran Gibbs' red card against Everton. And he's out today, as Connor Townsend did win the free kick there, just clipped while trying to release the ball. There he is, Branislav Ivanovic, 36 years of age, still going strong in the Premier League. It's now a J, looks down the line, blocked off by Telles, goes inside to Matic. Now Telles again inside the United half, looks down the line towards Martial, gets there ahead of Ivanovic, but the Serbian strength gets there and he wins the ball back, and Sawyers and Ivanovic work it out together to the goalkeeper. He then clears, looking for Grady Diangana, headed down by Lindelof towards Fred, is able to release to Matic. Good pressing here from West Brom, but Manchester United beat the press with Telles on the ball, looks for a switch towards Mata on the right, header won by Townsend and finds Bartley. Now Johnston, again with the kick towards Grant, it's going to be a header won by Harry Maguire. Now Telles with a bit of space, goes inside to Fernandes. Onto Sporting Lisbon, Fernandes, and also Telles of Porto, a little bit of Portuguese rivalry in there, now combined together at Manchester United. Fred dummies it for Martial, tries to feed it back to Fred and he wins it. Now Wan-Bissaka, Mata. Fred inside the West Brom half. It's Juan Mata right on that right hand side. Fred. It's Harry Maguire who can bring it forward, the number 5. The captain as well. Looks to give it to Rashford on the left, just outside the box. Can he cut onto his right foot? He looks to, and he has, and he dinks it towards Fernandes at the back post. Not quite there for Manchester United. It was close, good thinking from Rashford, jinking onto his right foot and gliding a ball over towards Fernandes. Just too much on it, couldn't quite bring it down. Easily dealt with by the West Brom defence. And it will be a goal kick for Sam Johnston, the number 1 for West Brom. 6'3", been there now for 2 years. Sam Johnston making 102 appearances, now he's 103rd, but the goal kick wasn't the greatest, and it finds Rashford. Now Fernandes looks for Mata, cut out by Townsend, but it falls to Wan-Bissaka in the final third. Gives it to Mata, looks to try and get it away from Grady Diangana with a few twists and turns, and his pass is blocked off by Diangana, but it will be a throw-in for Manchester United. They will keep possession as we hit the 8-minute mark with 30 seconds played as well alongside that. Wan-Bissaka gives it to Thread with a throw-in. Goes inside towards Rashford. He gets there ahead of a J, but his touch is poor due to the pressure of a J, and Pereira can bring it away. Gets it through the legs of Fred and away from Matic, and Conor Gallagher now has it. It's now Diangana. Slows it down and allows United to get bodies back. Sawyers into Kyle Bartley, who's on the left-hand side of the 3 centre-half. Ivanovic patrolling the central part as Conor Gallagher finds Grant. Looks to feed him back again, but United win the ball back with Wan-Bissaka back to De Gea, who let it run towards him. And clear first time, it will be Sawyers who will be able to bring it down and go to Pereira. First time ball towards Diangana. Really heavy touch. Going to look for Sawyers though, and he does keep the ball alive for West Brom. It's now Conor Gallagher. He's got Townsend on his left, but he'll decide to go on his right foot and cross it towards absolutely no one for West Brom, and it will trickle for a goal kick for Manchester United. Positive for West Brom getting in the United half. Not quite as dangerous as they would have liked to have been with the Conor Gallagher pass. Was featured in the international break, Conor Gallagher, for the under-21s of England, playing the full 90 minutes against Andorra, where they did win England, but did give away a penalty in that game, Conor Gallagher, as he's just been skimmed there by Fred, but wasn't able to keep the ball after that, and West Brom have it back with Pereira. Nice skill against Matic, and then tried to keep the ball under a spell, but didn't decide, but instead fouled Fernandes as he tried to keep the ball under his spell. Got past Matic and the ball's got away from him, tried to slide in. Actually got the ball there. Did take Fernandes with him, but did win the ball from the slide tackle. So, not sure about that one really. I wouldn't give that a free kick. United have it and it's loosely given away by Matic and it's now Furlong. Grant's pulled out to the right hand side, won't use him. It's a tackle by Fernandes and it's going to be a throw in for West Brom despite the complaints of Bruno Fernandes. It's been worked already out to Ivanovic, now Kyle Bartley. Sawyers now to Townsend, the left back. When I always do research for West Brom games, I've only done it twice. You search the height of Connor Townsend, it always says 5'6", like every single search. But he definitely looks about 5'9" to me. Is the other Connor in the team, Gallagher's won it back. Finds Diangana, who can run at Lindelof. Good tackle from the Swedish centre-half, but he has been won back against the Serbian of Matic. Took too long on it, Diangana with Fred tackling, but he only finds the left wing-back of Townsend blocked off, and it falls to Juan Mata, tackled by Diangana. His tackle's gone out for a goal kick for Manchester United. But again, good pressing from West Brom. You know, not pressing for the sake of it, pressing in the right areas, going to force pressure on the United defenders and midfielders when needed. Sorry for any buffering you suffered there if you did. Lindelof has it, dinks it towards Martial. Header won by Ivanovic, out wide left to Townsend. Poor ball towards Gallagher and it's picked up by Bruno Fernandes and fed down the line to Martial. Flag's been kept down. Gets a crossing towards Rashford, who leaves it and Daniel Furlong can get there and clear as Fred was on rushing to look to try and make a difference there in the 18-yard box of West Brom. Good, clever play from Rashford to dummy it towards Fred, but Furlong was switched on and was able to get it away. But it's now Tellez into Nemanja Matic. Maguire feeds over to Wan-Bissaka. I'm not sure about I'm sure this is just the options they've got, but with West Brom, or when United are playing West Brom, they've got two older midfielders, and this is just a little more of just a self. I just don't like it. The fact that they've put close ball there from Rashford towards Martial, the fact that they've got two left-footed centre and defensive midfielders, it might just be me and it might be the option they have, but the fact that when you play like, say for example, when City play Cancelo at left back, I don't like that because you're playing a right-footed player on his weak side. It's like what Matic, I think Fred's the one on the right-hand side here, on his left foot, and I just think, from playing personally, if I'm a right-footed, because I was a midfielder, and I'm right-footed, I wouldn't really want to be playing on the left-hand side of the central midfield, because if you're not as confident on your left foot, then you're gonna have to get onto your right foot, and then that takes more time to release the ball. I'm just not sure about that. That might be the only options, but still that could be something. They press West Brom in particular. So when Fred has it on his right foot, press him a bit more because he might be a little bit more uncomfortable. As Sawyers has it for West Brom, is being kept in by Townsend inside the West Brom half. It's Kyle Bartley. He's going to go for a switch to the right-hand side, looking for Furlong. Cut out by Tellez, and he just chips it towards Rashford. A header forward towards his own net by Ajayi. Finds Ivanovic, and he can give it to the goalkeeper of Sam Johnston. Again, just a little chip towards the right-hand side, where header can't be won by a West Brom man, but he has won the seconds, and it's been played forward towards Diangana, picked up by Fred, and Bruno Fernandes can work it towards Juan Mata on the right wing. He brings Wan-Bissaka into play. He's not got many options, but Martial is one of them, and he feeds it straight back to Wan-Bissaka. It's now Juan Mata on that left foot of his. So when you're a winger and you're using your weak foot, that makes sense because you can cut in and everything's usually to the other side of you, and if it isn't, you can just usually play a nice little reverse ball to your left back or your overlapping player. But I feel like when you're in central midfield or centre back, it's awkward when you play on your weaker side. It's Fernandes, Matic. It's on the final third, gets it past Gallagher. His pass is intercepted by Sawyers and can be dealt with by West Brom as they just force it back to their goalkeeper, who then goes to Connor Townsend. Just thinking, looking at this West Brom team, their two central midfielders, lack that Premier League experience. You've got Sawyers, who is at the age of 29, but he's never played in the Premier League until this season. You got Conor Gallagher is also the same. He's 20 years of age and not played in the Premier League until now. So he's lacking that Premier League experience, but they're doing okay. And here is Gallagher on the ball, can work it to Ajayi, not in the same wavelength as Dean Garner, and Maguire gets there first on his short pass and can run forward and find Rashford. He can cut on from the left-hand side, decides to pass it in. Martial's there, great save from Johnston. Still looking for that first Premier League goal. It was Fernandes who got the ball from the Rashford pass. Played it first time inside to Martial, who then had a first time strike with the right foot to the keeper's left, and it's a great reaction save. 2 saves on Martial already. Johnston, his kick has gone up and not with real direction, and United have it back with Matic. It's a great save. Rashford looking like he was going to cross it with maybe a bit of height, but decided to go along the ground to Fernandes, who laid it off first time, coming in from the right-hand side to Martial, who was in the middle, peeled away from his centre-half. Ivanovic falling asleep, and he strikes it from around 8 yards out towards that bottom right corner, and it's a great save from the goalkeeper in the end. It would have been another Fernandes assist, and like I said before, Martial's first Premier League goal of the season. But not to be yet for United. They're knocking at the West Brom door, but not quite getting that first goal of the game, with a United free kick at the minute. Bruno Fernandes 2 takes, quite deep, so it won't be a shot. It's around 50 yards out, so no room for the shot yet. Bruno Fernandes, it will be to take. He can launch it into the box, and he has done. Headed away by Ivanovic, only as far as Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line. Just plays it along to Maguire on the right-hand side. Go over to Fernandes, who's on the halfway line. Spread to Alex Telles, the number 27. Goes inside to Martial, inside the box on the left-hand side. Holds it up. Tackled by Ajayi in the end. And played back to Sam Johnston, who sweeps it along to the left-back Connor Goldson. Number 14 gets away from Fred and keeps going. It's a great run by Townsend. And he gets it to Karlan Grant. Then finds Dean Garner. Can't keep it under his spell, but Maguire can't either. And West Brom have the ball back with Grant. A bit of misunderstanding there, but they keep it between them, Dean Garner and Grant. And it's now Pereira inside to Gallagher. Look towards Dean Garner. Fred intercepts and is able to pass it away. And United keep possession with Telles. Nice 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. Looks to go inside towards Martial. Tried to let it run. Sawyer was there to intercept. Furlong there as well to help on. To get it to Gallagher. It's now Townsend. Down the line to Dean Garner. He's 1-on-1 with Lindelof. Can he maybe fancy his chance to take him on? No, just keep the ball with Gallagher in the United half. Looking to break down their defence. Sawyers into Pereira. Ajayi's there. He's come forward from right centre back. Now remain Sawyers, released from West Brom early on and then signed back in 2018. I think it was 2018. Could be wrong though. Conor Gallagher. Sawyers. Townsend finds Dean Garner. And then the reverse ball back to Conor Townsend. He's on the byline, pulls it back, and I think it just went out of play, unfortunately for Townsend. That's a good run there. The left wing back is getting a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Had a great run down the left-hand side a minute before, and then played a 1-2 with Dean Garner to get the ball back. But his touch to try and get past Maguire just went a bit too heavy and went out for a United goal kick. But again, positive from West Brom. It looks to be a problem here for the referee. Maybe one of his packs that he has for the communication just fell a bit loose. I just signed back in 2019. Remain Sawyers. That's a great save. Good link-up play by the front three though, or the three across. You like to say the main three, the attacking sources of United: Martial, Fernandes, and Rashford. For that chance Martial had just minutes before, as Martial wins a throw-in at the halfway line for United as he played it off a West Brom player. There's Wan-Bissaka on that right-hand side. We've gone to a video of Bilic just looking along. I think he'd be happy with the first 20 minutes, and his West Brom team's won the ball back with Pereira through the legs of Matic. Fred through to Grant. It's great skill from the Brazilian. Can Grant strike it? He can, and it's just wide. May have deflected off a United defender or off the gloves of David De Gea, but Great skill from Pereira. Knocks it through the legs of Matic. See you later. Threaded through, past Maguire. And I think it just came off Lindelof to drag it wide. Yeah, no touch from De Gea. But I think if he was going on target, De Gea may have got a fingertip to it. But great running in behind from Grant and very close to going into the back of the net. Will be a corner though for West Brom, so they've still got another chance to score. It's going to be Conor Gallagher to put an in-swinging ball in. Number 18 for West Brom. Goes short to Pereira, left-footed cross in, headed on by a West Brom player. It was Ivanovic, and it's not quite on target, but good positive play from West Brom, getting closer to that United goal. Ivanovic, quite well known for his goal scoring in the Premier League for a defender anyway. He's got 22 goals in the Premier League. Lindelof goes to Fred and can then get it out wide left to Tellez, who's got a lot of room down this left-hand side. He needs to exploit it if he can. Lays it off to Rashford. A nice little back heel back to Tellez, and then inside to Rashford again. Great play from the two on the left-hand side. Looks to feed Fernandez. Tackled by West Brom, but falls straight to Fred. Now Mata, who's been dispossessed by Gallagher, and he can bring it away on the left-hand side. Looks to win the foul on the halfway line, and he does on Wan-Bissaka. Great midfield play from Gallagher, who has impressed so far in the first 22 minutes of the game. Clipped from behind by Wan-Bissaka. Definitely playing for it, but he won the foul well because it was a clear foul on him. It's now Kyle Bartley, born in Stockport. To do a Stockport County save in the last FM. If you want to see my new FM save of Rangers, that is in the description as well. And I've got a new Twitch channel, football commentaries, just no spaces, no nothing, just football commentaries. If you want to check that out and follow, some live streams coming soon as West Brom quite break through the United defence, and it's Juan Mata who gets it into Fernandez. It's now Fred who takes over, tries to slot through Martial. Good interception by Ajay. And West Brom have it. Kyle Bartley, left-footed pass, back to Sam Johnston. It's now Ajay towards Pereira, has to hold it up, back towards goal. Works it well with a triangle, but the ball fed forward towards Grant has been picked off by United. Rashford looks to take on Furlong. Nice tackle by the West Brom defender. It's now Pereira looks to bring Dean Garner into play, just a little bit behind him, and United can once again have the ball with Alex Tellez just inside his own half. It's now Matic dinked over to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now Victor Lindelof. Still has it, looking for an option. Finds Mata with the dummy, looking to find Martial. Can't quite find the Frenchman. It's now West Brom with a J. Poked in towards Pereira, too much on it for him, and United can come straight back at West Brom with Harry Maguire out to Tellez. Looks first time down the line towards Rashford. And Sawyers can deal with it. No, he can't. He's took way too long on it. Oh, is it a foul? I think it's a foul. I thought Rashford did quite well there to force Sawyers under pressure to kick it out of play there with a heavy touch, but apparently it just clips in from behind. It will be a free kick to West Brom. Strong performance so far from West Brom. Two big chances, though, from United with Martial. And Sam Johnston was equal to both of them. Sam Johnston to take the 41 under 23 appearances for United. Sam Johnston, but no senior appearances as Rashford picked it up. His header towards the centre of the park has been intercepted by West Brom, and West Brom now have the throw-in, actually. Furlong into Sawyers. Back to Furlong, left-footed clearance towards Grant. Header won by Maguire. Falls to Nemanja Matic. Hooks it back towards Tellez. Header won forward towards Rashford. It's Sawyers who does win it eventually, and it's now Ajay. Sends it down that line again. Looking for Grant. It will fall all the way to Lindelof, who will just find David De Gea, who was part of the Spain call-up squad, but didn't quite get any minutes on the bench for all three games. So a good 2-week break for him in terms of first-team football. Fernandez. It's now Tellez down this left-hand side. That is going to be a well-known space for him now at Old Trafford, because it looks like he's going to be trying to break into that first team ahead of Luke Shaw. Now with that injury as well, he can definitely look to try and breed himself into that position. It's Martial's dropped deep again for the ball, finds Fred, pokes it to Matic and just keeps possession for Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka turns, finds Mata, who's gone down the line to Martial. I think he's just onside. He's got options in the box and outside of the box into his right, and it will be Wan-Bissaka who he uses. Now Mata again. Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes comes over, feeds it into Mata. Now Martial takes a touch, brought down in the box. No penalty given. Looks like a silly foul by Pereira, and a bit soft though at the same time, so I don't think it will be a foul as West Brom look to counter-attack. But Grant can't quite get his strength on Lindelof, and it will be United with the ball again. Did look soft, to be fair, on Martial, but it was just a silly foul to give away by Pereira, or a silly tackle to make, just to give the referee the question. So now Marcus Rashford. Fernandes is inside, and he will use him. Looks to give it to Matic, and he's been nutmegged there by Pereira. Great skill, but his pass isn't quite at the same level, and United have the ball back. A little bit too, just too lazy that from Fernandes, thinking the pass was already going to be made and already going to work, but just wasn't. And Pereira was there to get the ball and nutmeg him in the same capture of events as Matic's ball towards Martial has been cut out by Ivanovic, but the head has only gone as far as a throw-in for Manchester United in that final third. Telles to take. Telles with the cross, dangerous, headed away by Ivanovic. Back towards Rashford, who will give away the foul. I'm not going to... He did give away a foul there. That was soft, that by Martial, bit of a dive. Yeah, the ball came over towards Rashford, and I think he just gave a bit of a trip to Denal Furlong. So it was a West Brom free kick. Just looking at this Martial incident, just pulled a little bit and clipped at the legs, but it wasn't never a foul, never a penalty. Maguire slice clearance goes up for a throw for West Brom, quickly taken towards Maguire, who can head it on towards Matic. Looks to clear it down the line, and he can. Blocked off by Furlong, going to be a throw-in for West Brom. For Manchester United. Telles to take, despite his COVID-19 test that had ruled him out for a few of the last United games. He did make 3 minutes in the Brazil squad against Venezuela. The Manchester United left-back replaced Renan Lodi of Atletico Madrid in that game. As his foul has been won just on the halfway line for United. There's Pereira. Pereira is the one who fouled Marcus Rashford. Yeah, nicely given there. Didn't fall over, but the foul was made. And Matic will take it. Just go behind it to Maguire. Back to Matic. Will we get a breakthrough in the next couple minutes? This could be the ball. Towards Mata. Couldn't quite get on the end of it there. And we'll fall for a goal kick, to West Brom. Tried to catch out the back line of West Brom and nearly brought it down, Mata, but just a little too much on it in the end. Goal kick taken straight to Alex Telles. No West Brom player in the green and yellow can get on the end of that, and it's now Matic to Telles. Rashford to there, won't use him. Let's go back to Matic again. Wan-Bissaka's got a lot of room on that right-hand side if they decide to use him. They'll go to Fernandes, who's just peeled to that right-hand side. Looks to put a ball in towards Matic. Way too much on it. Quite a wild pass there from Fernandes, actually, to his standards. And it's going to be a goal kick. So I've just got a fly I've got to deal with here. There we go. Yeah, a bit of a wild pass, straight out for a goal kick, looking for Martial in the box. If he could have found Martial, I think he would have been in for a goal, but it's too much on it in the end. I can't remember if you are watching this game alongside my commentary. Firstly, thank you for listening to my commentary at the same time. But this would have been a pay-per-view match before it was scrapped of £14.95. So if you are watching, just remember that, this would have been pay-per-view before. So, it's glad to see that we can watch all the football all weekend, on the BT Sport, the Sky Sports, the BBC as well. As Dean Garner down the left-hand side picks himself up after being tripped over, and West Brom still have it with Dean Garner and Carlin Grant. It's been won back by Matic and finds Tellez. It's now Rashford inside the United half. He's going to be met by a J. Can find the ball away from him, but the ball towards Fernandez is misplaced, and West Brom have the ball back with Sawyers. Furlong, and then back to the goalkeeper. Sam Johnston dinks it towards Connor Townsend. Can't quite win the header, but it does fall to Gallagher. Tries to feed Grant down the line, keeps it in, can't quite keep the ball himself, and United have it with Wan-Bissaka. Falls back to Lindelof now. Harry Maguire, the captain, scored and captained the England side against Ireland in the friendly during the international break. It's now Tellez, dinked over the top towards Fernandez, just hooks it up in the air. Not met by a United player, but it's only Furlong who can head it out for a Manchester United throw-in the end. And towards the final third. We throw down the line to Fernandez, met by Sawyers, can't keep it in play with his pass. West Brom throw. Going to be a J to take that throw. Header won by Matic, and it falls to Fred, and can hook it over to Wan-Bissaka. Pressure put on by Grant, but is able to spin away from him and burst down that right hand side. It's now Mata. He's brought into play. Wan-Bissaka forced back to Lindelof. It's now Nemanja Matic. Looking down the line towards Fernandez. Good interception with a slide tackle by Furlong, and releases down the right towards a J. Just his touch wasn't quite on it. And on the halfway line, it will be thrown for United. Close though, close from West Brom. Salvin Bilic will be very happy with his first 32-minute performance by his team. Wan-Bissaka. Nemanja Matic. Finds Bruno Fernandes. From that left-hand side, peels in and gets a crossing towards the right to Matu, who pulls it back towards Martial. And it's just not quite there again. Townsend got there ahead of Martial, just poked it in the air for Sam Johnston to just come and collect. No pass back, just a flailing leg to try and stop it from reaching Martial. And it was a good interception in the end, and was able to be collected by Sam Johnston. But good ball dinked in by Fernandez. Great ball actually towards Mata. Right-footed pass put in towards Martial. Couldn't quite get there ahead of Townsend. They've won a free kick here, United, inside the West Brom half. Mata with good ball there. Interestingly enough, Mata has one red card in his Premier League career, and I think in his United days as well, and it actually came against West Brom. Funnily enough, for Juan Mata back in 2016, where they did lose 1-0 to West Brom. It was Salmon Rondon with a 66th minute goal to win it that day. Hopefully you don't want to get red carded this game, as United have lost possession here with Grant finding Pereira. We know he can unlock this United defence out of all the West Brom players. And he looks towards Grant. His pass blocked off by Matic. And then it's now Fred with the ball to Fernandez inside the United half. Finds Fred again. Can he find a shirt with red? No, he can't. His passing sets by Pereira. Thankfully for United, falls back to Maguire. And it's now Mata. Uses the space on the left-hand side to find Alex Tellez. It's now Mata again, coming from that right-hand side to the left. Bundled over by Jay, and it will be a foul. Doing any match attack openings? I actually don't know, to be fair. If there is any, it's going to probably be more towards Christmas, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Score prediction. Great to see Harold as well back in the chat. I don't know, I'm not sure. Martial has it. Keeps it under his spell on the edge of the box. Cuts onto his right, on the edge of the box, shoots, blocked off, corner. I don't know. Maybe United haven't won at home, so maybe 1-1, maybe a 1-1 counter-attack goal from West Brom. I don't know. I mean, it depends how the first half ends. If it goes in at 0-0, then I'll stick with my 1-1. But if United take the lead, then I might change that up a little bit. But West Brom do need to get at half-time 0-0 minimum. They obviously can nick a goal. That'd be fantastic. It'd be an in-swing go by. Bruno Fernandes on his 22nd Premier League appearance. Can he look for his 11th assist? Fernandes crossing towards the near post. Flicked on in the box. Forced to Maguire. Chests it down. Volleys it. Great block by Kyle Bartley. I think he's been absolutely knocked out by that volley from Maguire right in the face. Talk about putting your body on the line. He really has there. I say knocked out. He is okay. He was just flattened on the ground there. But flipped on by Matic, and it fell to Martial, and it just pinged off his left boot, and it just rose in the air there, where Maguire could just chest and volley right into. So I shouldn't laugh. Right into the face of Kyle Bartley, number 5. It's a great block. I think Johnston would have saved it because it was going straight down the middle. It's a great block though from Kyle Bartley. Unlucky for Maguire. Scored a few goals this season in the Premier League. I say a few. Scored one. That was against Newcastle, but also scored against Brighton. Sorry, Brighton as well. Don't forget the Brighton goal. Scored against Brighton as well. Here's Matic on the ball as we do continue. Down the line towards, I think it's Wan-Bissaka, but they say it's a fine challenge from Townsend, and he actually wins a throw in himself. So it wasn't a Maguire goal against Brighton, it went down as an own goal. I thought so. But yeah, I shouldn't laugh at that Kyle Bartley getting absolutely smacked in the face by that volley, but it was funny because it was right on his face. Where's Pogba? He injured. Apparently he's got a knock on his ankle, according to Solskjaer, so make of that as what you will, but apparently he's injured. 1-2, Telles with Rashford. He's able to get there ahead of this sliding Ajay. Forced back to Rashford. Now Fernandes looks to feed through Matic, pass too heavy. Can be cleared by West Brom, only as far as Maguire. No real outlet for West Brom for that clearance. But yeah, Pogba apparently with a little bit of a knock on his ankle. I don't know if that was suffered in training or during his time away in France, because he did have a solid run with the French team, playing in all 3 of the international games during the break. Fernandes down the line to Rashford. First time layoff to Telles. He's going to look for a think ball to Mata, who's drifted to the left hand side. Feeds through Rashford in the box. On his right foot, plays it to Fernandes. Looks to the right hand side towards Wan-Bissaka. Townsend missed it. Wan-Bissaka gets there. Cross blocked off by Kyle Bartley and will be seen away for a throw in for Manchester United. Currently in 14th. Can leapfrog Manchester City on 13 points if they get the 3 points today. Currently on 10 with 3 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. Fred with the ball. Can't quite keep it alive, and West Brom bring it away. It's a poor ball though towards granted by Dean Garner, and Lindelof has it back with Fred. And he again fouled by West Brom on the halfway line. It's been taken quickly by Manchester United. Maguire. Rashford, Maguire. Again, Wan-Bissaka is there in a lot of space. It'll be Lindelof who he uses instead, inside to Fred. Back to Lindelof, who looks to bring it forward. Chops in and then goes behind him to Matic. Maguire drilled into Mata. Looks for a first time touch towards Fernandes. Not quite read by Fernandes, and it'll be West Brom to clear. Yes, Pogba injured. I'm glad. I'm presuming you're not a United fan by saying yes to Pogba being injured. Or you might be and you just don't like Pogba. I don't know, but yeah, apparently he picked up a knock on the ankle, according to Solskjaer before the game. So it's Telles, looks for a whipped ball towards Martial in the box, can't quite keep it down, but he has fallen to Rashford after a missed clearance by Furlong. It's now Matic into Fernandes. Tries to find Telles, and it does get to him. Left-footed crossing, headed away by Bartley. Back towards Telles, who goes for the header with Furlong, and it is United who comes out on top with the ball. Matic. Again, Mata looking to just drift over to this left-hand side again. Telles back towards Maguire. Bit of a short pass there, and West Brom's there to intercept. And I think Grant was expecting a throw-in, but it's gone out for a United throw-in instead. It's now been thrown to Maguire. And then another commentary on Thursday, 8 o'clock, Rangers v Benfica. We did the last game between the two sides, which ended 3-3, so I'm going to do the next one as well. Pereira on the ball, wins it back, and he's been fouled there, but the advantage has been played, and Gallagher can run away for here for West Brom. It's Townsend. Back to Gallagher, the two Connors linking up. Gets it onto his right foot, inside to Diangana. In the box, he hits it, it's deflected out for a corner. Diangana's working a little bit of room on that left-hand side in the box to get the cross away. Only has the one goal, Diangana, and it was a fantastic goal away at Goodison Park against Everton. Just hate Pogba. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Here is the corner. Gallagher again with an in-swinger. Crossed in. It's in a dangerous area. Headed on and onto the roof of the net. I think Ajay missed the first header because he looked favourite to win it. And then it fell to Kyle Bartley, who's already scored against one of the big six. He scored against Chelsea. He did just come off the back of his head. He was holding Maguire quite blatantly. That should have been a free kick, really. But to be fair, Maguire can't say much. He loves to put people in headlocks when he goes for headers. Aspilicueta against Chelsea. But yeah, didn't really know much about it, to be fair. Bartley kind of bounced off the back of his head and out for a goal kick. So Maguire does bring it forward. Goes to his left to Telles. Not many options ahead of him, so forced back to Lindelof. United works it down that right hand side. Wan-Bissaka's in behind. Can he get across? And he can. Mata dummies it. And it allows Furlong to clear for West Brom. Towards Fernandez. Can he keep it for United? He just gets it off Diangana's thigh and wins the throw-in. It's Matic. Bruno Fernandes dropped deep and looks to find a man in red. Doesn't do so. And Romain Sawyers can find it for West Brom. And his pass is just not in the feet of Diangana. And United have it back. It's those opportunities for West Brom where they need to get their foot on the ball and keep it. Even when they try to counter-attack quick, you can't be losing the ball after the first pass of getting it back. This is Telles. Maguire. Over to Lindelof. Will they break the deadlock before the 45th minute? Matic. Wan-Bissaka. Matic again. Lindelof looks to dribble forward and go to his right to Matic again. Very compact by West Brom. Curls it over to Alex Telles. Uses Marcus Rashford. Telles again. Finds a great ball for Fred. He's made a great run. Works the space to get the cross in towards Martial. Headed away by Townsend. Only as far as Wan-Bissaka on the far right hand side. Now Mata on the left foot feeds Fernandez. He can't quite take it into his control. And it's cleared by West Brom. Only as far as Harry Maguire. He looks to find Fred. Closed down by Sawyers. But he does find Telles. Has to hold it up and he is fouled by Furlong. And United have the free kick. Yeah, just holding up against Furlong and was brought to the ground in the end. It's going to be a quickly taken one. Try to catch the keeper out there, Fernandez. Nowhere near, unfortunately, for him. Cheeky technique there from Fernandez. Won't put past him scoring that. Try to catch out the keeper, not enough power on it, and I think he was ready just in case. Can't really be ready for those little cheeky free kicks, but he was that time. 1 minute of added on time. I'm just going to add this one as well onto the top right of the screen, as I've got the one on the right. I'll explain why I've got them on when it hits half time. United have won the ball back with Juan Mata, dispossessed though by Dean Garner. Good defending by the left winger. It's now Kyle Bartley. They'll just want to get it at half time. 0-0 West Brom, so no messing about with the last 25 seconds of the half. Gone to Johnston, clears it down the right hand side. It's going to be Grant to chase, and it's Tellez who's got it to De Gea. Passed into Lindelof. Finds Tellez again. Just a 10 seconds left. Down the line to Bruno Fernandes. Looks down the line towards Rashford. Intercepted by West Brom, and that will be half time. Manchester United 0, West Brom 0. The last fixture between these two sides was 1-0 West Brom. The one before that at Old Trafford was 0-0. So not blessed with goals in the last couple of fixtures at Old Trafford in this fixture, but hopefully the second half changes that. It is a great first half performance by West Brom. Kept out Manchester United on the whole. Only the two real chances they created, and they were both from Martial, which you could argue should have both been taken. But thanks to great saves from Sam Johnston, means that we do go in at 0-0. West Brom with a couple half chances themselves. Not much. The most noticeable will probably be the header by Kyle Bartley that just hit the roof of the net just before half time. But other than that, it's Manchester United 0, West Brom 0 at half time. And let's just hope for some goals and maybe a bit more of a prolific attacking performance from Manchester United in that second half. But yeah, I have just added the No Room for Racism Premier League. I was going to do the Black Lives Matter, but I thought as I'm doing the Premier League, it fits a little bit more. I just thought, obviously, it depends what games I do. Some I get more viewers than others, But I thought, well, I have a platform of any kind. I know there's 3 of you here now, which I'm very thankful for. But sometimes, we get like 10, 12, no matter how many I get, as long as someone's watching, I think that's great. But I thought, I have a platform, why don't I actually just use it and, find a use for it? I was like, you know what? I'm passionate about, mental health and the importance of it, and how I think more needs to go into helping people who struggle with it. And if me just putting a little bit of a sign in the top right of my stream just to, help people out, that's what I'm going to do, because, during lockdown, I'm sure you've heard there has been, a lot, well, there's a lot of suicides anyway, but lockdown has caused quite a few, maybe more, that may not have happened if lockdown and all that happened, because isolation, it can be a dark place, and it's been sad, some of the ones I've heard about, and it's just, we need to spread the message, because hearing some of these stories, I remember I was playing a football game, I think it's 3 weeks ago now, just before lockdown, my last game before lockdown, and hold on, let me try and find, his name's just slipped my mind. Jeremy Winston, that was it. And it was my last game, and we did a minute silence it was. And I'm there thinking, I'm stood there, and I'm like, I think he was 17, 17. And I'm there thinking, he is around my age, and he was at the City Academy, and I think he was released. And he's gone to the extent to have to take his own life to feel, to get away from what he was going through. So it's just very simple, it can happen to anyone, not just just normal people. I say normal, no, everyone's normal. Everyone's a normal person. I mean, it could be happening to footballers, people in everyday work. There's no group of people as like they suffer the worst from this, that everyone does. So just remember, it's just easy, and just it's easy just to ask, how was your day, how are you doing? Easy questions like that can make the world of difference to someone. So I thought, from my little platform I have, if putting these signs in the corners, which I'm going to do for every stream now, helps, that is fine. If you are in need of help, it is in the description as well. More for the UK, that NHS, where there's a few websites you can go to as well. Remember, there's always help there, and yeah, I just thought during our time I explained that. I thought I'd use my little platform to just put them in every stream from now on. So yeah, it just, especially after that happened, I thought that is just, I don't know, it's, I don't know what to say. 17 at Manchester City. I think he'd just been released, but still, he's at City, so he's obviously a cracking player. And you know, he may have not got the support he needed, or just, I don't know. But yeah, I thought with what was going on and a few more stories coming out about mental health and suicide and all that, yeah, I'll do that in every stream. So yeah, there is a link in the description to the NHS for more people in the UK. My viewer base is mainly UK, so yeah, if you do need any help, there is websites in the description through the NHS. So yeah, I thought I'd do that at half time, and yeah, let's just, from that we will discuss the game at half time now. FIFA or PES? I'm gonna go FIFA. I think PES graphics are good, but the gameplay is awful. I'm not playing FIFA this year. I've had enough already. But if I had to play one, I would play FIFA. Well said, lad. Thank you. It just came to my mind during the week when I was preparing for the game. I thought, I just thought it'd be a nice little touch to the stream. Just not. It's okay not to be okay. I know a lot of people say that. It's okay to not be okay, and people say, oh yeah, but it is. It's fine. If you have a day where you go, I feel rubbish, feel sad, I can't be bothered, that's fine. Because there's people around you to help you support. There's always people to ask for help. There always is. Some people don't think there are, but there's always someone willing to listen. So make sure if there's any help that you need. Like I said, there's links in the description. Talk to even a friend, a family member, a teacher. Sometimes teachers are great to talk to because it's away from everything. Usually just anyone, because 17 Jeremy Winston was, and that's not the first story of a suicide. There's been loads during the span of 6 months, and it needs to change. It definitely needs to change because it's happening too often, and you read about it like, a new story might come out of someone's committed suicide, and you're just there like, wow, they have so much to live for, and that's the extent they've had to go to. So yeah, they will be on every stream now. I forgot the No Roof Racism one. It's kind of just blanked my mind, but that will be there now as well for the remaining streams. So yeah, that was why. FIFA or FM? I'm gonna have to go with Football Manager. I've always started playing it since last year, and I think it's great. I just love it. I love Football Manager. FIFA's great as well, but I just love Football Manager, and I'll be playing that more. And if County or Rangers, I haven't done the Rangers one long enough, so I can't comment. The County one was great because we got to League One in the end. Or did we get Championship? I think it was League One we got to in the end in about 5 seasons. That was fun. And Rangers, if we have a good success, I might have to pick Rangers. Don't know. Make sure you do keep an eye out though for the Rangers episodes. We've already got 2 out already. What do you think of the City score? Tottenham, at home, probably showing City the respect of putting all 11 players behind the ball at home when they're, when you get in a team managed by Mourinho, you've got to expect when you're a team like City that he will part the bus. You don't care. But the fact that they part the bus, got the goals when the opportunities came, you got to give it to them. City weren't good enough, especially the second half. The first half, City were pretty good. Could have had the Laporte goal counted, because I just don't think that was handball, because the pitch had come out. Let me try and find it. I saw on social media and it annoyed me very much. I was like, right, if we're going to have one rule, stick to it. Because I feel like that's not what happened. So I'll get it up now. And yeah, that handball on Jesus, which led to the Laporte goal. Yeah, I wasn't happy with it. Because it's like, well, why have you got one rule for one and not for another? It doesn't make sense. So let me find it. Right, so let me try and show you to the best I can. So if you can see that there, that is Mike Dean pointing to the arm. See it? It's pointing to where it came off Jesus. And then that picture there is showing where handball is allowed. Handball is allowed where that green area is on the picture to your left. And Mike Dean is pointing to the green part of his arm on the picture of him showing City players where it hits his arm. How does that make sense? You know what? Handball, it's not handball here, but Jesus, it hit here, so it's handball. What? That does not make sense. It does not make sense. So, I mean, yeah. It's a good win for Tottenham. They're top of the league now, and maybe not for the, not maybe for long, because Leicester could go top of the league if they win, and I think United could. I mean, Liverpool could as well. No, they'd go joint top with Tottenham if Liverpool win. So they could be top of the league if Leicester don't get 3 points. But, I mean, it's just the way they played part of the bus at home. It's like, okay. I've heard great. I've heard County have a lot of money behind them now, going places. Yep, National League had a takeover just before lockdown, and yeah, they're looking to climb the leagues as soon as they can. Second half will start in around 3 minutes time. But yeah, the Football Manager Ranger save's doing fantastic at the minute. If I just go on the analytics, the first episode's got 223 views, and the second one's coming up to 50 views, got 49. So, some people have come back for the second episode, which is great, despite the length. And yeah, it's going well. The County one did well at the start, when I first started doing it, towards the end of the game. I got 134 views, so the Rangers one's done a lot better. And I'm glad people are enjoying it, because I love Football Manager. Because there'll be Football Manager content throughout the whole year now, which is fun. I can't wait. Next mystery show opening. I've seen a new website I've stumbled across who also do it, so I might try their mystery football shirts to see what they're about. It's literally called Mystery Jersey. They're out of stock at the minute, and they have been for bloody ages. But I'm hoping when they get back in stock, I'll do one. They've got an international mystery box, just a normal mystery box. They've got a women's mystery box. They've got a Christmas mystery box for pre-order, 35 quid, and I'm looking at it, and I'm definitely gonna have to get one. So that'll come near towards Christmas. Christmas mystery box buy. It's literally mysteryjersey.com. So just trying out, a different website, see if it's any better than the Mystique Jerseys, who was fantastic with the videos I did with them, because I did one off my own back, put it on the Instagram story, Football Commentaries, which is football.commentaries. If you want to follow that, I post updates of when videos are going to be uploaded. So I did one thinking, this is great, I love football shirts, I collect them, this is great, a mystery one. What a video, it's got 589 views. If you want to go check that out, you still can, it's still got the same relevance. It's actually, I recorded that when I was very ill, not with COVID, but I was ill, and I'm ill now, so, that was uploaded on 24th of September. That got 590, and then they actually contacted me and sent me another one because I was a mystery prize winner. So that's why the second one came, 170 views. So can't lie, they did good, and I'll definitely do another one for a different website to see what they're about. Especially 35 quid as well. You can't go wrong, can you? 35 quid for a mystery football shirt. Favourite football shirt? Oh God. Taking away the shirts of the teams I support, because that again just gives away the team I support. So the one's foreign. It's a good question, that. I do like the Leipzig one. The third shirt of Leipzig. I got that one my birthday money. I do like that one. I think I'd have to go with that one just because it's a bit mad. Like I've got the Inter Milan one, I like that one. I've got a PSG one that I like, a black kit. I think that was from 2 years ago. Which I think is some others favourites. Got the Dortmund blackout shirt as well. I like that one. I've got a few I like, but I'll probably have to go with the RB Leipzig one because it is just a bit mad. The Leipzig kit, the third one anyway, and I like it. So I'm planning to do a football shirt collection video, but I've just not got around to it. I should have been isolated for the last 2 weeks. I should have had time to make one, but oh well. But yeah, I'm glad everyone's sticking about. The 3 people we have, they've stuck around. I like that. Like I said, next commentary will be Leipzig, Rangers, Benfica, and then the next one after that will be on a Sunday. Next week it will be the Sunday 7:15 kickoff of Arsenal v Wolves. So make sure you are there for that. Sunday, the 29th of November, which is the 11th month. Arsenal v Wolves, I think it'll be a cracking game, so that's the next one. And then I don't think I've planned any further on my commentaries after that. Oh yeah, and then on the 2nd, I'll be doing PSG versus Manchester United versus PSG. Still the next few commentaries coming up, so very exciting times, very exciting times. Second half is about to get underway. All the teams are back out, ready to see if we can get a breakthrough in this game from either team, or will it be 0-0? I hope it's not. Really hope it's not a 0-0. Be a bad performance that from United if it is 0-0. Got to ask the questions at home if they can't be winning these types of games. I know Chelsea didn't win it, but it was away and all that. Best FIFA soundtrack? What a question that is. I don't really remember off by heart, but I remember really liking FIFA 15 and FIFA 16 soundtracks. FIFA 14 was good as well. Kind of FIFA 14 to FIFA 17, like FIFA 14, 15, 16, 17, those 4 FIFAs, they had sick soundtracks. As we are about to kick off with Grady Diangana, West Brom kicking right to left, United left to right. Can we get a breakthrough in the game? The referee's blowing his whistle for the second half to commence. It's played back to Kyle Bartley, chips it towards the right hand side, which can be won by Tellers, who heads it in the air, pushing the back by Furlong, and will win the free kick for his team. Taken quickly by Matic, over to Victor Lindelof. Edison Cavani getting ready, warming up, scored United last Premier League goal when he scored in the last seconds of the game against Everton, as Matic just broke away with the ball. Martial back to Matic, now finds Rashford, holds it up against Sawyers, can't quite keep it. Now fell to Pereira, gets it towards Diangana, he can bring it down and the counter-attack's on. We know Diangana's pace, he looks to thread through Grant, he's got there ahead of Maguire. Can he get a shot away? He's been forced down the right-hand side. Pulls it back towards Conor Gallagher. Fouled in the box, is he? Yes, he is. It's a penalty. Sorry. Within 50 seconds of the second half, West Brom have got a penalty. Harry Maguire, how you're worth 80 million is beyond me. Carl got there ahead of him, held it up. Then Conor Gallagher asked for it, took a touch, was going to then try and strike it. Fouled by Fernandes in the box, and VAR's going to check it. Oh, I don't know if that's a penalty, I think the referee has the right to give it. Oh, thank you for saying first half. I always forget, man. I need to sort it out. I need to start remembering that. Second half. The ref's got the right to give it because it does look like a foul from first glance. Conor Gallagher takes a touch, tries to take a second, swept to the ground by Fernandes. It just seems a bit harsh. He's going to check the monitor. I don't know if he'll overrule this or not. Because he kind of looks like he gets the ball and then he looks like he doesn't. I mean, it's silly from Fernandes. You're a minute in. Great work from Diangana to get it through to Carl and Grant, who got away from Maguire way too easily. Was just forced to the right-hand side. Was held it up though, waited for Gallagher. He asked for it, got it, took a touch, then brought to the ground. I mean, like I said, the referee has the right to give that. Oh, does he get a touch of the ball? That's a pen for me. Bruno Fernandes is giving them away this time. For me, it's harsh, but what's he going to give? No penalty. I thought it was a bit harsh. Like I said, the ref at the time had a right to give it because it did look like a foul. I don't know. I think he's got the right decision in the end, actually. I don't think it's a pen. I think it's a bit soft. Lucky, though, for Fernandes, because that was stupid to do in his own box. But they have got away with it. We do restart with now Maguire on the ball. Pressed by Gallagher, who won the penalty. That wasn't eventually given to West Brom. De Gea. Back to Maguire. Needs to release it, and he can do to Matic. He turns, finds Martial. First time layoff to Alex Telles. He'll bring it forward in the West Brom half. Now finds Marcus Rashford. Looks to go inside into the centre of the pitch and goes to Fred. Zips it into Fernandes. First time ball towards Rashford. Can't quite take it in his path, and a G can bring it out for West Brom. Gets it into Grant. Looks for Dean Garner. His pass wasn't quite on it, and Wan-Bissaka intercepts. United have the ball again. It's now Maguire into Rashford. Now finds Nemanja Matic on the halfway line. Nemanja Matic with the 10th appearance against West Brom today. Looking for his 6th win. Matic finds Rashford on the edge. Strikes it. It's a good save from Johnston. The shot came with a little bit of venom towards that near post. Kind of out of nowhere. Didn't seem like he had really enough room to do much, but got that little yard of room and decided to strike it kind of Ronaldo style, with that swerve that he gets on the ball. And with the technique of Ronaldo. Good movement, aiming towards that top left, and that could have been going in. It's a good save again by Johnston. He's had a great game so far. Corner taken, whipped in towards Maguire, falls to the edge box to Fernandes. Blocked off by Ivanovic, and the free kicks I think has been given on Maguire, maybe for a foul. I'm not too sure, but easily, the first 5 minutes was well more entertaining than the first 45 minutes of the game. Fernandes, let's have a look. I mean, it is silly. The foul, the tackle. I think Gallagher just goes down a bit too easily. It would have been a soft penalty to give away, but wasn't given in the end. Positives again to take for West Brom. United throwing into Fernandes. Telles down the line towards Rashford, lets it go, and Ajayi gets there first. Dink towards Grant. It's Maguire wins the header straight to Pereira, the Brazilian. Not a lot of room on the right hand side. Goes in towards Dean Garner. Can't keep it in his possession, and Fernandes can bring it away with Rashford. Completes a 1-2. It's the Portuguese now, holding it up, trying to get a pass away, blocked off by Furlong, and Ajayi can bring it away again down that right hand side. Fernandes can't tackle him. It's now Pereira tries to bring it away from Maguire. Foul given against him. It was a foul by the United captain in the end. Johnston gets his former club. Yep, said it a few times. Spent 8 years there at the club. No senior appearances for Johnston after making loan spells with West Brom when he was then bought permanently. Aston Villa as well he was with for a little bit. So it's Townsend down the line towards Gallagher. Can't quite keep it. And it was United who can take the ball away from him. And it's now De Gea with a kick towards Martial. He's able to flick it on, not towards a man in red. Then it's cleared forward towards Grant. Can't flick it on. Lindelof wins his header. Falls to Pereira. Poor touch by Sawyers, and Fernandes can bring it away. His tackle by Branislav Ivanovic, and it's now Pereira again. Can he be the key to unlock the United defence? Not with that pass. Headed down by Wan-Bissaka to Fred. Uses Matic. Now into Fernandes. Met by the brick wall of a J. West Brom have it again with Townsend. Inside to Gallagher. First time ball to Romain Sawyers. It's now Pereira. A bit of room in the United half. Forced out wide right to Daniel Furlong, formerly of QPR. Gets a crossing towards the back post where Townsend brings it down. He shoots. It's a great save from De Gea. And United keep it at 0-0. Oh, he should have scored. He should have scored, Connor Townsend. What a chance. And United come away with the left-hand side. It's Martial who's peeled away. Looking to cut in onto his right foot. Looks for a pass towards Fernandes. Blocked off by Romain Sawyers, and Gallagher's been fouled. No, says the referee. Martial has it on the edge of the box. Jay tries to win it back. Falls to Juan Mata. Cross has been taken off the hand of a West Brom player, and it's going to be a penalty kick. It's gone from should have been making it 1-0 to West Brom to then going to concede a penalty at the other end, and it's Daniel Furlong, the man who gave away the penalty with the handball. Mattel to get the cross in. Arms, not really in a natural position. I mean, it's close to his body, as it's his hand. It's going to be a penalty. I mean, I don't even know what to think of the handball rule anymore. It's like, is it his hand? Is it a pen? I don't know. Is it his hand? It's been given as a penalty. I mean, for me, I thought Sawyers, I think it was Sawyers, got fouled on the edge of the box. I thought he got fouled on the edge, but the ref didn't give it. And Al Townsend, by the way, didn't score at the other end. Is really, really poor. Connor Townsend looking for his first Premier League goal. And his second in a West Brom shirt. Here's a penalty. He's hit the hand of Daniel Furlong. I mean, the fact that De Gea made that save at the other end is looking a lot more important now. And it will be Fernandes to take the penalty. Looking for his 14th Premier League goal. Half of them, if he scores this, will have been from the spot. Johnson's had a fantastic game. Can he make it even better with a penalty save against Bruno Fernandes to give United a lead? The Portuguese international from the spot again. We know how good he is from the penalty spot. He nearly gave one away against Gallagher within the first minute of the second half. He's looking to score one in the 9th minute of the second half. It's Bruno Fernandes, steps up, takes that spot, and it's saved by Johnston. Away for a corner. I'm presuming it will be checked to see if he was off his line, but Johnston has saved it. And a foul's been given on a push from the West Brom defender who looked to clear the ball away. Is he on his line? Oh, he's off his line. I thought he was. He's well off his line. Got to be retaken. Did that little step jump. Saved by Johnston. Well off his line. He'll be taken again, surely. Well off his line. I mean, I'm against the rule of stepping off your line. But he was quite, he was a couple of yards off his line. Yeah, big jump and dive. Yeah. I mean, I'm not for, as a goalkeeper myself, I'm not for the rule. But he has just jumped well ahead of the line and made the save. So it will be retaken. He should know, Johnston, that he not allowed to do that. And he has another chance to score from the penalty spot. Will he do another hop, skip and jump, or will he just go for a blast into that top left corner, which he usually likes to do? Here's Bruno Fernandes. Hop, step and a jump, and it is placed into that top left corner, and United do take the lead. Not really happy with himself there, Bruno Fernandes. Not much of a celebration from himself. And probably undeservedly for West Brom anyway, from their point of view. They have gone behind at Old Trafford. Johnston with a great save for the first penalty. Did step off his line with both feet as well to deny Bruno Fernandes' first penalty. Had to be retaken. Bit more confidently. Did go to that top left. It's what Bruno Fernandes likes to do as an alternative. And I feel like if Johnston just committed a bit more to dive into that top left corner, then he could have maybe got a hand to it. But no. Nicely taken by Fernandes. Not happy with himself, probably from the first penalty, but he does get the goal this time around. Bruno Fernandes scores 6th goal in the Premier League this year. United do take the lead. After going from nearly scoring at one end, West Brom, they've gone down the other end and conceded a penalty and conceded themselves. I mean, Connor Townsend should have scored from about 8 yards out in the United box, but he could be doubled their lead here, with Martial bringing it away. He does find the goal scorer, Bruno Fernandes, tries to get a crossing towards Mata, brought down by Kyle Bartley and passed to Grady Diangana. Now finds Kyle Bartley again. Just in the United half, he is. Goes back to Romain Sawyers. Townsend, nice ball inside to Kyle Bartley. Bit of room for the centre half in the midfield position. Pereira tries to get it worked out to Diangana, blocked off by Wan-Bissaka. United have possession of the ball with Victor Lindelof. It's now Matic on the ball. I'm just thinking of that chance Townsend had. He should have scored. He's got the ball in, intercepting Mata pass. Should have scored. Never even showed a replay of it, which I think is quite disrespectful to the chance, because it was a massive chance. Because that goes in, West Brom 1-0 up, and that penalty doesn't happen. Dean Garner does bring it forward. Conor Gallagher uses Pereira. Daniel Furlong's on the overlap. Will he use him? He'll strike it instead, and it's well wide of the post. And even Karlan Grant's going to him. Why haven't you played it to Furlong on the overlap? Because he could have pulled it across, and Karlan Grant could have definitely scored there. Will they show that save now? They will. Thank you. Furlong with a great ball in. Wan-Bissaka, really poor defending, fell to him, strikes it, got a left foot out there. De Gea and was able to save. If I'm Townsend, I'd probably try and lift that a little bit more than he did. He put it right on the ground. I would have maybe tried to lift it to give De Gea a bit more of a problem, but doesn't matter, he saved it, and they've gone and scored a penalty at the other end, so no complaints for United so far, other than the performance, which has been pretty shocking overall. Is Telles. Tries to link up with Fernandes again, who does have the ball. Can't get it back to the Brazilian left back. Decides to go for an audacious switch to Wan-Bissaka, who can just head it along to Mata. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Inside to Rashford, who takes it in his path and moves the ball away from Gallagher. It's now Matic. Maguire, Matic again. United looking for their 57th win against West Brom in this fixture. Rashford tried to get there. It was Romain Sawyers who got there first. It would be funny if this game was 0-0, because their first meeting was actually 0-0. West Brom versus Newton Heath, as United were called, before they changed to Manchester United. That was in 1892 in the League Division 1. But no, we haven't got a 0-0. I've not got the 0-0 as of yet. Townsend to Kyle Bartley. Now to Sam Johnston. It's going to be pressure put on by Juan Mata. He's able to kick it away to Pereira. Uses Furlong, who goes looking for Karlan Grant. Can he get there ahead of Maguire? No, Maguire does get there. And does fine as well. Alex Telles. Good defending from Harry Maguire. Matic, Telles. Works it down the line towards Martial, who heads it towards the centre to Fernandes, who takes it in his path and keeps the ball away from Sawyers and brings Wan-Bissaka into play. He's got Mata and Fernandes making runs ahead of him. Looks for Fernandes. A very important touch from Bartley. Sends it to his goalkeeper. And it's now Gallagher. To Townsend. Back to Kyle Bartley. Sam Johnston. Over to Ajay. Gets it to Darnell Furlong. Dispossessed Furlong, and Telles couldn't quite find Fernandes. Pereira intercepted it, and he's now fed Dean Garner on the right hand side, looking to run at Nemanja Matic. The three-time Premier League champion looks to cut inside and go for a switch. Matters there, tracking back to help with a header back to Wan-Bissaka. Now Fred. Mata is going to look for maybe some runs. Maybe by Martial. No. Just goes back to Wan-Bissaka. Forced to Lindelof. But with Darnell Furlong, he's had 10 Premier League appearances, 3 of them being for QPR back in the 2015-16 season. And he's not won a Premier League game yet. He's drew 3 and lost 7. Lost the 3 games when he was at QPR in the Premier League. So 14-15, sorry, not 15-16. 14-15. So yeah, Darnell Furlong still looking for that taste of victory in the Premier League, as the first substitution for West Brom is going to be made. It is Hal Robson-Kanu and Callum Robinson. He will replace Grady Dean Garner. And don't know who else is coming on yet. Dean Garner off for Kanu. And Robinson will replace Karlan Grant, who didn't have much support up there, but he's having to be pulled off here in the 62nd minute for Callum Robinson. And Juan Mata has also been replaced by Edison Cavani. Sorry. He was actually sent off in the international break against Brazil in a 2-0 defeat. So hopefully he's calmed down. The forever scoring Edinson Cavani. 416 league appearances for all clubs, 251 goals, which is absolutely ridiculous. Will the fresh legs of West Brom cause any issues for Manchester United? Now Nemanja Matic finds Martial. Now back to Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka. Martial gets it away from Gallagher and looks to feed through Fred. Can't quite do so out for a West Brom throw. Hal Robson, Carnu. Bit of Premier League experience, only the 78 appearances so far with a Ron Red Carnu against Burnley a couple of years ago when West Brom were in the Premier League. Can he cause any danger? The way I remember Robson Carnu was for his heroics for Wales in the Euro 2016. Scored some important goals to their run in that competition to the quarter-finals. I think I remember scoring against Belgium, where they were beat eventually, but he did really get Wales up and running in that Euros. Did a lot better than England anyway. They were beaten by Iceland, 2-1. Telles, Fernandez, nice 1-2, back to Telles. The chance for a cross here, they've got Cavani to aim for. Cross blocked, forced to Martial. It's now Matic, back to Fernandez. Could he maybe swing a cross in towards Edinson Cavani? No, just a bit of dribbling. Finds Matic, now Martial, back to goal. Uses Fernandez, over to Fred. Now Wan-Bissaka. Rashford is moved over to the right-hand side. Finds Wan-Bissaka on his run forward. Cuts back, and then over towards the right foot again. Swings across in, it's dangerous. Cleared away by the thigh of Ajay. On the edge of the box to Fred, who hits it. Blocked off, and it actually falls to Hal Robson-Kanu. Great hold-up play, and he can release Conor Gallagher on the left-hand side. Many Manchester United players are back. Pulls it back to Callum Robinson, who decides to hit it off the crossbar. Oh, it's a great strike from Callum Robinson. And that's exactly what West Brom needed. For that to just delve into that top corner. De Gea with no chance. Oh, how unlucky for West Brom and Callum Robinson. He's only been up for a couple of minutes. But Bruno Fernandes outside of the foot pass finds Edinson Cavani and out-rushing Johnston. Can't get there first. Edinson Cavani has to hold it up on the edge. And he was offside anyway, thought he was. What a hit from Callum Robinson. Great counter-attacking play by Robson-Kanu. Found Gallagher. Held it up. Used Robinson just inside the box. Got it onto his right foot and hit it. What a strike onto the crossbar. How unlucky. How unlucky from Callum Robinson. He's only got the one Premier League goal. That was against Chelsea last year. Oh, what a chance. Oh, which everything about the strike was perfect other than that it would hit the back of the net. United have got the ball with Fred. Martial. Over towards the left-hand side. Telles. Harry Maguire brings it forward. Down that left-hand side. He's going to keep going. He's going to find Fernandes on the edge of the box. Looks to poke through Edinson Cavani. Not too far away. Yet to make a Premier League start, Cavani. Another substitute appearance. As it's Connor Townsend who's been set away on the left-hand side for West Brom. Looks to go inside towards Romain Sawyers. Can't quite get there, and Matic can bring it away. He's down Martial. Cavani's to his right alongside Fernandes. He will go to Fernandes on his right. Looks to square it across towards Rashford. Ajay misses it. Rashford pokes it towards goal, and it's an unbelievable save from Sam Johnston to avoid United doubling their lead. Fernandes, unselfish play, feed it towards Rashford. Ajay missed it. 5 yards out. Rashford got the chance to shoot, poked it towards the far post thinking it's going in, and what a reaction save from Johnston to tip it behind for a corner kick. What a save. Keeping West Brom right in this game. Can they score from the resulting corner? Manchester United. It'll be Bruno Fernandes to take. It's already scored a penalty, which would have to be retaken. Fred. Fernandes. Crossed in to the edge of the box. Will be volleyed first time by Alex Telles. You've got to respect the attempt. But you can't really respect the end result of it. Well wide of the post. Unlucky though. Because if that goes in on the volley, That's the goal you speak about all weekend. Alex Telles. Decent goal scoring stats really for Porto at left back. Was there for 4 years. Tallied 195 appearances with 26 goals, 2 in the Champions League against Monaco and Roma. Good signing at the height of 5'11". Took the 27 numbered shirt. Sam Johnston. Goal kick in the air. Martial heads it towards Gallagher and Fernandes. Gallagher with a heavy tackle on Fred, and that will be a free kick for Manchester United. Got to quickly check the fantasy team. We always love a good fantasy team check during a game. Do I have Fernandes in my team? I feel like I took him out. I did. Took him out. I had Son and Kane in there. Yeah, no Fernandes, unfortunately, for that penalty kick goal. Here's Telles on the ball. Harry Maguire, pressured by Robson-Kanu, who's able to get it to David De Gea. He's looking for another clean sheet. Most clean sheets for Manchester United, or as a Manchester United goalkeeper, beating the likes of Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar. West Brom have it back now, sending it forward. A heavy touch by West Brom falls to Martial. It's now Maguire to Matic. Now uses Lindelof. It's not the best performances, is it really, from United? We're nearly 70 minutes in and they've only scored because of a handball penalty kick. And they should have, or nearly gave away a penalty of their own through Fernandes. So not a great performance so far. Great defensive performance by West Brom as he has been worked to Telles. It's now Edinson Cavani. He's gone to the left-hand side to win the ball. It's now Fred. Dink to Wan-Bissaka. Brings it down. Gives it to Fernandes. First time ball inside. Can't quite find a man in red. And Conor Gallagher looks to bring it away for West Brom. Brought to the ground by Fred. No foul, says the referee. Matic dinks it in behind to Martial. Can he score? No, he can't. He will try and go to Cavani instead. Good defence from Kyle Bartley. And West Brom working away towards Robson-Kanu. Good defending from Telles to win the ball back for United. And they look to attack again. Wan-Bissaka scored against Newcastle, his first ever senior goal. Rashford. Cross blocked off by Townsend. Going to go for a Manchester United corner kick. They have got the likes of Maguire at 6'4". Cavani at 6 foot as well. Lindelof 6'2". Matic as well. He's also playing at 6'4". Bruno Fernandes. Outswinger towards Cavani. Flicked onto the back post. Harry Maguire strikes it. Another good save at that near post by Sam Johnston. He's had a fantastic game. Maguire peeled at the back post away from his marker, which I think was a J. It was a J and Ivanovic both followed for Lindelof. Left Maguire on his own. Touch, shoot, save by Sam Johnston. Unlucky for Maguire. Coming from the back of international duty where he did score against Ireland. Couldn't quite send it home that time around, as it will be a Telles outswinger to cause a little bit of danger for West Brom. Crossed in. Good ball towards Maguire, headed away by Kyle Bartley to the edge of the box to Bruno Fernandes. His shot blocked by Townsend and they'll be out for a Manchester United throw-in. So, United still knocking at that door to try and break the deadlock. Wan-Bissaka to take that throw-in. To Fred. First time ball back to Wan-Bissaka. It's now Victor Lindelof. Maguire. Martial. Get the jigs away through Daniel Long. He has found Fernandes. A reverse pass towards Cavani. Shot taken, blocked by Bartley. And before long to dink it down the line towards Pereira. Back inside to Sawyers. It's a hard pass for Sawyers to take under control, but Pereira was fouled as he did release the ball, so it will be a free kick for West Brom. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is now taking charge of 102 Manchester United games, scoring 190, conceding 107. This will be his 58th win as the boss. He's won 50% of his Premier League games in charge. That includes Cardiff as well, with 33 wins, 66 games managed. As Sam Johnston's played a long ball through towards Carnu. Good defending from De Gea to outrush Robson Carnu and get there first and clear the ball away. He's a sweeper keeper. Jay goes in and there was a foul maybe? I don't know what the refs give there. But he has managed the 4 teams his whole Shari's time. Includes Cardiff, managed 30 games over the 9 wins. Molde as well, team back in Norway, Manchester United under 23s, and now the senior team. It's not many teams. Slaven Bilic has definitely been around their block as well with the clubs he's managed. Has do split the team that he ended his career with Croatia under 21s, and then the senior team for 6 years. So a lot more experience for Slaven Bilic, even in the Premier League, because he is managing his 96th Premier League game. But despite that, an all-time record, Slaven Bilic has actually managed less games than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is his 399th game of management, including the under-23s. So if you take away that, Bilic will have more games. But then if you take away the Croatia under-21 games he managed, maybe not. So, and as well, Bilic did spend a little bit of time in the Premier League in his playing days. Played for Everton and West Ham. Was in the Premier League for around 4 years. Kyle Bartley into Robson Carnu, looking for Callum Robinson. Dispossessed, and Rashford can bring it away from a Fred pass. Rashford can't take on Romain Sawyers, and the ball's been won back. Pereira gets it to Townsend. Robinson back to Townsend again. Keeps it in play. Robinson inside to Gallagher. Sawyers. Now a J. Men forward for West Brom. They need to make the most of this. Pereira can't find a man in the green and yellow, and Fred feeds Fernandes. Has to hold it up a little bit and then finds Marcus Rashford. Martial's there in behind. If he can find him, it's a great switch ball. Just towards the byline. He's been stopped by a J. Just decides to pull it back to Fred, who lays it off to Fernandes with the strike. Blocked by Townsend. Pereira has it, and can West Brom break again? A J swings it over to Romain Sawyers on the left-hand side. Can he make the right option? And he will by keeping possession with Robinson. It's now Matheus Pereira. Looks to feed through Robinson. Poor ball. Matic wins it back, and it's Martial to Edinson Cavani. Inside his own half is Bruno Fernandes. Looks over the top for Marcus Rashford. He brings it down. No, he can't quite do so, but the ball is held up for him on the round side of the box. Doesn't have options at all to try and take on Kyle Bartley. Good tackle from Bartley. Wins the corner kick. I'm just going to quickly do something. I'll be back literally in 2 seconds. We are back for the corner. Bruno Fernandes to cross towards the back post. It's Telles again with that volley. Tried it again towards the edge of the box. Went flying over by Telles. Not a bad performance on his Premier League debut. Did also play against PSG away. Made minutes there. As it's now Kyle Bartley back to Sam Johnston. Chipped down the right hand side towards Furlong. Won by Telles, but falls straight to Sawyers. And it's now Gallagher. Spread to Connor Townsend. Inside to Robinson. Bit of a twisting and turning. Wins the free kick on Fred. Them dogs barking. I know it happens all the time. That's why I just sit there in silence. I can't help it. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's quite annoying. As it is Furlong goes for a cross as they work to the right hand side. It's blocked off. Harry Maguire avoids the corner, but can't avoid the throw and he gives away. But honestly, my dog's barking is the most annoying thing when I stream. Honestly, it makes me so annoyed. Throw in has been cleared away by Telles, but only falls as far as Branislav Ivanovic. Townsend down the line towards Gallagher. You're asking a lot of the England under 21, and he didn't keep it in, unfortunately. And it will be a Manchester United goal kick for Conor Gallagher. Did get there in terms of he did meet with a ball with a good sliding challenge to kick the ball in, but unfortunately it already gone out. Donny van de Beek to come on for Manchester United. He's again not yet to start for Manchester United in a Premier League game, same as Edinson Cavani, as Edinson Cavani's just won a free kick for Manchester United. He has scored against Crystal Palace, the last commentary I did for United, so could that be a good luck charm for him? Could he score off the bench? Scored also for the Dutch national team against Spain in a friendly 1-1 draw. Change for West Brom and United, I think. Ivanovic has been replaced. The 36-year-old. And Krovinovic, and hold on, let me get this right. Krovinovic will be replaced, an attacking midfielder, an attacking change. And it will be Rashford to be replaced by Donny van de Beek. Rashford and Martial both making their 150th appearance. Rashford couldn't quite cap it off with a goal. Trying to score his 47th Premier League goal, but good landmarks for both young international players there. 23 Rashford, Martial 24, already making 150 Premier League appearances. Both with the one red card as well, alongside that. Donny van de Beek's worked it well to Wan-Bissaka. Looks to poke it forward, looking for the Dutchman. Couldn't quite do so. Do you think it's embarrassing? It's quite embarrassing for United because they should be battering teams like West Brom, but they've defended quite well, West Brom, and they have played to a good level. So you've got to give it to them in that aspect as well. As Robson Kanu down the left has just forced it out for a throw for United. But no, for me, you've got to view this as 0-0 because they didn't even score from open play. Like the penalty was very unlucky. You know, with a handball, his hand was quite close. It was handball, but his body was. It's like the hand was there. As United try and play out from the back here, Maguire has to just panic clear towards Edinson Cavani. He gets there first, only as far as Nemanja Matic takes a heavy touch, but keeps it under his spell and gives it to Martial. Can't take on Furlong. Wins the throw in though. All he needs going. I mean, every time his job is on the line, he does come up with a great performance. You know, like the PSG performance, like the RB Leipzig performance, like the Everton performance. So, I mean, for me, I thought the end of the line was that Tottenham 6-1 defeat, but clearly still have a little bit of faith in him. As United have got it down the left, Martial, Telles finds Fernandes, great ball by Telles. Now Cavani on the left hand side. Wan-Bissaka's making a run at the back post. He looks for him. Nowhere near him though in the end from the Uruguayan, and Sam Johnston looks to throw it out quickly towards Robinson. Fred is there quickly enough and he finds David De Gea, who then uses Harry Maguire, which is 9 minutes away from the end of this game, plus additional time as well. Who's going to go to United? The club is toxic. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, if you get the right manager and who finds the right system and gets results, then you can easily change that. I mean, I think a new manager can change a lot in a club, like when Solskjaer came in at United the first time around. You know, came in, went on that great run of fixtures and got the job for it. So I mean, maybe a new manager could look to maybe use this as a project and take United to the next level where they back where they used to belong, winning Premier Leagues and challenging for them. You got to remember they haven't won one since Ferguson left in 2013. That's quite the wait for Manchester United for a Premier League. As McTominay looks to be coming on for United. West Brom work the throw in away. Only as far as Fred, who heads it on towards Matic, heads it down to Maguire behind him. He just volleys it forward, looking for Martial. It goes beyond him, and it does fall to Cavani. Now Martial, just a pass too much on it for Martial, and West Brom have it. And it's Pereira who looks to bring it away. Krovinovic looking to get involved as well, but he does fall to Townsend. Now Gallagher swept out wide right for West Brom. Looks to cut in here. Krovinovic uses Darnell Furlong, takes a heavy touch, and it's too heavy, and it's out for a goal kick. For me, the end of the line was the Arsenal game. I mean, it's only 1-0. They did play poor, to be fair. I give you that. McTominay will be coming on. Played in all of Scotland's fixtures. It's a lie. Was on the bench against Slovakia, but played in the game. Played 120 minutes in that very historic game. 22-year wait for Scotland to get to a major tournament. Fred will be replaced. They couldn't get a manager. That's why Ollie is there. I mean, Pochettino's there. They want to go for him. I mean, Pochettino may have said no, but I think this would be a great project for Pochettino to take on personally. Because obviously he can't go to City now. Guardiola's just signed that new deal till 2023. Fernandes looks to find a ball to Martial. It's a wild ball, but it does find him, to be fair. It's now Martial on that left-hand side. Looks to go down the byline and maybe get a cross in. He does do so. Does it deflect off a West Brom player? Yes, it does. It will be corner. It's actually 100 years, a couple months ago, since West Brom actually won the First Division themselves. Obviously, it wasn't called the Premier League at the time. It was probably called the First Division. They won it in the 1990-1920 season, so 100 years on, since they've won the top flight. Not quite the 7-year wait of Manchester United. Alex Telles. That's going to be an outswinger. Can they cause problems? Crossed in towards Cavani. Flicked on by two West Brom players. Thankfully falls to Krovinovic. And he can clear away with a volley. Towards Lindelof. It's bouncing and he can find it back to De Gea. The press is going to continue by Callum Robinson. Touch with the right foot and a clearance by De Gea. Towards Wan-Bissaka. It's won by Townsend. Falls for Fernandes. Looks to feed through Donny van de Beek. And he keeps it for United. It's now Matic. Back to Van de Beek. And he keeps it for United. Martial with a touch that nearly went out of play, but he was able to keep it in. Telles. Now Maguire. Chip to Wan-Bissaka. Going to be pressed by Robinson. He's able to try and get it in towards Van de Beek. Krovinovic can intercept. Poor ball from Wan-Bissaka, and it's now Pereira. Can they have a little bit of West Brom magic to end the game? Gallagher. Not fouled, says the referee, and it can be brought away by Fernandes. Cavani's making a run again, blocked off by Bartley. Good defending by the centre-back. It's now Krovinovic. Gallagher. On this left, he has got Robinson there further on, which he will use, and he's had to go back to Gallagher again. Remains Sawyers into Robinson. It's now Gallagher, all down the left-hand side here for West Brom. Back inside to Robinson. Finds Robson Carney, looks to try and turn Lindelof. Keeps it away from him and nudged to the ground by Wan-Bissaka. The foul hasn't been given by the referee again. West Brom haven't got a few of them this game. And McTominay can bring it away, the substitute. So I'm just going to keep running. Tried to find Van de Beek, it deflected, but thankfully for McTominay, it fell right to Cavani. Fernandes back to Cavani. Van de Beek's got space on the right. Very thankful that for the pass there, Fred, because Van de Beek, because that was close. Cavani, what was that pass? Cavani with a wayward pass, cleared by West Brom, back in the United half for throw. The board is the manager at United. I mean, you can say that. I mean, in terms of transfers, it definitely is. They're definitely the main point, the vocal point of transfers. Obviously, the board can't do too much on how the team plays, but in terms of power, it's definitely all United, the board of United. Telles throws it into Cavani. Heavy touch, and it can be won back by West Brom. Pereira takes on Edison Cavani. Looks to find... How's that not a foul, referee? Robson Carney lost the ball, and United have it back. Robson Carney, I was pressing for the ball. It went back to Maguire, and on his way through, decided to just absolutely, shoulder barge McTominay in the back, so it'll be a free kick for United. Showing his frustration for not winning the foul there, or not getting the foul of the referee, Hal Robson-Kanu. Harry Maguire takes the free kick, looking for Martial in behind, headed away by Furlong. Does find Telles, tried to force it to Matic, but West Brom got there first, and it's been sent away over the top towards Robson-Kanu. Good defending, to be fair, by Lindelof, and can be cleared for a throw-in on the opposite side for West Brom. Robson-Kanu was after that ball, so he had to be dealt with well by Lindelof. Connor Townsend, he just took the throw and he's been worked out now to the right-hand side. He's been great for West Brom in this game, especially despite Kieran Gibbs being back after his suspension, because he's played every game since, started every game since, even whilst Kieran Gibbs has been back. He's actually benched Kieran Gibbs. That's how good he's been in the eyes of Slavan Bilic, and he's repaid his fate. Obviously, Kieran Gibbs isn't playing today because of coronavirus, but I mean, before that, he was still getting ahead of him, so good progress by Connor Townsend. They have worked to the right-hand side, look for a cross, headed away by Harry Maguire, and it does fall to Martial, who's in the West Brom half. He's only got Cavani as an option. He has been fouled by Jay. Instead, it will be a free kick for United. He pleads his innocence, but he did catch Martial there in the end. I think he just clipped the left foot. He did. That's a foul by Jay, that's for sure. As Matic is down, could be with cramp, I'm not sure. He didn't play any international football, so not sure why he'd be so tired. Remember, in the description is my Rangers Football Manager save, and as well NHS mental health websites, helplines are also in the description as well. So I've got the the Nobel for Racing and Premier League badge in the top left, and the mental health matters in the top right. I spoke about half time. If you want to hear what I said, why I've got them now from streams from now on, then just go back to half time after the game, and I've explained it there as well. So yeah, if you're interested to know why they're there, then go back to half time and I explain it there. But here is Telles on the ball. Martial forced out by Sawyers, and it is going to be a United throw, and I think he thinks he's won it himself, but definitely was a United throw, and he came off Sawyers last. He's going to ask the question, but he definitely came off Sawyers last. We have hit the 90th minute. 4 minutes added on. I'm surprised by that. I don't think much happened for 4 minutes. As it is Telles. Throws it to Martial, takes on one. On this third as well, just has to turn back and go to Telles. Gets a great whipped ball in. Townsend does head away. Does fall to Wan-Bissaka. He's got Fernandes in support. We'll use him. It's now McTominay. Messing around on the ball too much. He's just able to get it to Fernandes. He's got a bit of room to make a pass in. He's gone for Edinson Cavani. Good strong tackle by Jay. Now forced to Gallagher. Krovinovic. Oh, they could have done with the advantage there. It's going to be a yellow card though for Edinson Cavani. And the free kick's been taken quickly by West Brom. Has it been pulled back? I think it might have been. But Cavani did get a red card in his time away in international duty for Uruguay against Brazil. Now Callum Robinson. Can we see some late drama here, or can United hold out for their first Premier League victory at Old Trafford? Sawyers intercepts a pass, and he's lost it again, and Wan-Bissaka's away on the right-hand side. A lot of room, a lot of space. Looks for a pull back to Cavani. Dummies it to Martial. Chops and gets some room for a shot. And the shot is blocked by Furlong, and it will be a corner. Great performance from West Brom, if you look at it as an overall view, because, you know, they've all conceded for a penalty, which was lucky to concede. They've had good chances themselves. Hit the crossbar with Robinson, so definitely a lot of positives to take here for West Brom, but it does look like they're just going to fall short due to a Manchester United penalty of Bruno Fernandes. .91 minutes, 45 seconds played. Telles to take 3 men in the box for Manchester United, with Martial also going short. In the corner flag he is. Loses the ball. to Sawyers, and he finds Pereira, and this should be time for West Brom to try and get forward to maybe cause a chance for a goal. Townsend to Krovinovic. Over to Kyle Bartley. They need to get it forward, West Brom. They've got a minute and 40 seconds to do so. Kyle Bartley. Just inside the West Brom half. He has got players ahead of him. Sawyers. It's now Ajayi. Furlong's got a bit of room on the right hand side, and he will use him. He's going to go for a cross. Comes off the head of Tellez. Wan-Bissaka did meet it and was able to clear towards Edison Cavani, who can hold it up for United. It's now Tellez to Martial. Back to Tellez in the defensive third. They need to get rid of this, and they do so with Tellez. We'll go straight to the goalkeeper of West Brom, who's had to rush out towards the halfway line to keep it alive for West Brom. A minute to go. Kyle Bartley to take. Conor Gallagher inside towards Robinson, a flick towards no one, and United have possession again. Maguire clears with a left foot, no real outlet. It's not even been kept on the pitch with a left foot. Out for a throw-in. Shocking clearance by Maguire. United will go to ninth above Manchester City and Wolves if the result stays the same for the next 30 seconds. Bartley. Townsend back to Bartley. They need to get it forward as quick as they can. Remains Sawyers. It's now Pereira. Takes on Van der Beek well. 15 seconds to go. They've not really got much room here. Kyle Bartley. Over to Sawyers. Krovinovic now gets it to right wing back of Furlong. They need to get in the box. The ref's going to blow his whistle. Ajayi, Sawyers, we've played the 4 minutes of added on time. Furlong inside to Krovinovic. Pereira, a bit of room. Works it to Connor Townsend. On the left. Tries to go down the line. Deflects off him. And it will be full time. Not enough room, not enough time to make any chances at the end there. It will be Manchester United 1, West Brom 0. Not the greatest of United performances you'll ever see. Sam Johnston was fantastic in between the six for West Brom. Did save a Bruno Fernandes penalty. Was off his lines, had to be retaken, and he did concede in the end, but made 3 or 4 terrific saves to stop certain goals from United. And they did have a penalty themselves, West Brom, within the first minute of the second half. Fernandes fouling, or was at the time a foul by Fernandes on Gallagher, but after a VAR check it was overruled and the penalty was not given in the end. And from that, United kicked on to win the game. Again, didn't score from open play, but they have got their first Premier League win at home, cancelling their worst start at home to a Premier League season from 1971 to 1972 season. And yeah, and that will be it for the game today. Manchester United 1, West Brom 0. West Brom still without a win in the Premier League. That is now 9 games without a win. 3 draws, 6 losses. A win's a win. That is very true. A win is a win, and that is what United have got. Great commentaries. Always see you in the next commentaries, mate. That will be on Thursday, 8 o'clock Thursday, Rangers versus Benfica. That's the next commentary. The next Sunday, 7:15, Arsenal v Wolves is the next Premier League one. And yeah, that is going to be the end of the commentary for tonight. A win is a win, like I said in the chat, and United have got just that. Not the most trademark performance you'll ever see. Didn't even score from open play, but a few VAR checks here and there, and in the end they've come out with the 3 points. It ends Manchester United 1, West Brom 0.